All right, team. It's time to dive into our sprint meeting. We're getting closer to the release date, so let's ensure everything is on track.
Yes, we're making progress, but there are some pressing issues that need immediate attention. The authentication process is acting up. Users are experiencing Logan failures.
I've been looking into that too. Seems like a token management issue.
Can confirm. We've got multiple instances where the authentication flow breaks.
That's a priority. Let's highlight it on our board. Any other critical points to address today?
Our UI redesign is nearly done, but feedback on the color schemes isn't entirely positive.
I've sketched some alternate colour palettes based on the feedback. I'll screen share them.
Tweaking colors won't be a massive overhaul, but we need to ensure consistency throughout the UI elements.
Great. We'll task that, but won't this affect our authentication fix?
The UI matters too. We can't afford to neglect that aspect either.
Good point. Let's weigh the impact on our release deadline for each issue.
A smooth release is key. We need to address both authentication and UI issues.
We can split tasks among the team to handle both simultaneously.
True, but we need smooth communication to resolve these issues efficiently.
Agreed. We'll assign tasks and ensure collaboration between devs and testers.
I'll refine the colour schemes and circulate them for review.
Tester 1, George and I will tackle the authentication bugs head on.
Excellent. Let's reconvene tomorrow to review progress. Keep up the good work, team.
Got it. Let's make sure we're set for a successful release.
Absolutely. Thanks, everyone. Until tomorrow, then. Let's start by reviewing our progress from yesterday and plan our next steps.
We made some headway on both the authentication issue and the UI adjustments. However, there are still some unresolved aspects.
Yeah, we fixed a few bugs in the authentication flow, but there are still edge cases causing trouble.
Agreed. I've identified a couple of scenarios that need further testing.
Okay, let's update the board with the progress made so far. And note the areas that still need attention.
I refined the colour schemes based on the team's feedback. Take a look at these updated designs.
The new color palettes look more in line with what the users might prefer, but integrating them seamlessly might take a bit more time.
Understood. Let's ensure consistency and check how it affects our timeline.
The UI changes are necessary, but we must ensure they don't delay the authentication fixes.
Agreed. Our priority is a balanced approach that doesn't compromise our release date.
Absolutely. Let's discuss how we can streamline efforts to maintain our schedule. Any suggestions?
Perhaps we could assign specific time slots for UI adjustments and dedicated time for authentication bug fixes.
That might work. Structuring our tasks could help us manage both issues efficiently.
Good idea. Let's allocate focused time blocks for each task and keep communication channels open for any roadblocks. I'll continue working on the authentication bugs during the first half of the day, collaborating closely with Tester 1 George. I'll fine-tune the UI adjustments in the latter half and ensure consistency across all screens. Excellent. Let's monitor progress closely and remain flexible if adjustments are needed. We're doing great, team. We're on it. Let's aim for a smooth release. Perfect. Keep up the excellent work, everyone. Let's dive into our progress review for the release. How did our tasks go since our last meeting? The authentication bug fixes are mostly sorted out. We covered the majority of the issues, but there are a few edge cases that are proving tricky.
Agreed. I've tested most scenarios, but those edge cases might require further analysis.
Let's mark progress on the board and highlight the areas that need further attention. What about the UI adjustments?
The UE changes are in place. We've successfully implemented the revised colour schemes across most screens.
Ensuring consistency and uniformity was the major focus, and I believe we've achieved that to a large extent. Great work, team. Now, let's address those remaining edge cases in authentication. How critical are they to the overall functionality?
Some are rare scenarios, but they could potentially cause disruption if not handled properly.
We need to weigh the risks here. Are these edge cases severe enough to delay our release?
That's a valid concern. Let's strategize. Can we mitigate these without affecting our release schedule significantly?
What if we implement temporary workarounds for these rare cases and mark them for post-release fixes?
We could log them as known issues in our release notes, ensuring users are aware and we address them in the next update.
That's a practical approach. Let's document these cases, implement temporary solutions, and plan for post-release patches.
This way, we maintain our timeline and assure users of our commitment to resolving these minor issues promptly.
Precisely. Communication will be key here. Let's ensure our documentation is clear and our support team is briefed.
I'll draft the release notes with the known issues and temporary solutions.
I'll collaborate to ensure these issues are well documented and communicated effectively.
Fantastic. Keep up the excellent work, team. We're almost there. Let's ensure a smooth release and maintain our focus.
Absolutely. We're ready to deliver a polished product.
We'll be demonstrating the authentication flow and the UI updates today.
I'll walk you through the testing scenarios we covered. So, here's the login screen. Users input their credentials and hit login. I'll attempt to login with valid credentials.
That shouldn't happen. Let me check the console logs.
What seems to be the issue? Is it the same bug we encountered earlier?
It looks like the error persists despite our fixes.
It appears that the issue we thought was resolved is still causing trouble in some cases. It might be those rare edge cases resurfacing.
Is there a quick workaround we can implement for now? We're on a demo. We could try reverting to the previous authentication method temporarily to ensure a smooth demo.
I agree. Let's switch to the older version for the demo to avoid any further complications.
Alright, let me quickly make the change. Here, we've reverted to the previous version temporarily for the demo purposes. The login should work smoothly now.
It seems to be working fine with the older version.
Thanks for the quick fix, but we need to ensure we address this issue promptly post-demo.
Here are the revised UI elements with the new color palettes. Looks fantastic. The new color schemes definitely enhance the overall look and feel.
We've maintained consistency across all screens, ensuring a seamless experience for users.
Excellent work, team. Despite the hiccup with authentication, the UI updates look promising.
He says how we'll ensure to address the authentication issue swiftly. It's a priority before the final release.
Agreed. Let's focus on resolving that and any other pending issues before our official launch. Great effort, everyone. All right, team. Despite the hiccup during the demo, we've made remarkable progress. Let's strategize to ensure a smooth final release.
You'll prioritize resolving the authentication issue. It's critical for a seamless user experience.
I'll recheck all possible scenarios and log any recurring patterns causing this error.
Good plan. What about the UI updates? Are we set with those?
Yes, the UI changes are stable and ready for the release. No issues have been reported.
We've thoroughly tested and ensured consistency across all screens.
Fantastic. Now let's ensure our communication plan is in place for the release.
We need to notify the support team about the potential issue with authentication and the plan to fix it post-release.
Absolutely. We'll draft comprehensive release notes detailing the known issues and temporary solutions.
I'll make sure our support documentation is updated, highlighting these points for the team.
Excellent. And once the issue is resolved post-release, we'll swiftly communicate that to our users.
We'll also run thorough checks after the final fix to ensure everything works smoothly.
Great. Let's set up a post-release review meeting to discuss the authentication fix and gather feedback.
Sounds good. We'll ensure a complete analysis to prevent such issues in the future.
Perfect. Keep up the fantastic work, team. We're almost at the finish line. Let's make this release a success